It is Tuesday, week 3, day 14 of camp. It is 9 a.m. and it is Tabata Tuesday. So welcome for joining us. Welcome to camp this morning, and thank you for joining us. We are going to begin with a warm-up, and then we're going to go into a Tabata, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and then a cool down. So lately, or the last couple classes, we went 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Then we did 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Now we're going to do real Tabata training, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Now you can go as hard or as fast or as, as strong as you want. You can put as much effort as you want, or you can put in little effort. So you can kind of choose whatever your ability or level is, and I'll give you adaptations and modifications for each exercise for individuals that utilize wheelchairs and also people that want to just perform the seated. So if you want to do a seated workout for the day, or you're at your office and you want to do a seated workout, this would be a great Tabata training for you. You have 14 different exercises, good warm-up, assessing kind of the joints before we go, and then we'll go into our cool down, which will be some more mobility training from the start. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have questions in Zoom, I have almost 6 people, I think 5 or 6 people in the Zoom chat. If you have questions, just raise your hand or just comment. And if you're on Facebook and you want to comment and say what's up or share, that would be great. All right, here we go. Let's get started. All right, so if you have a chair and you're doing this seated, I'll give you options for seated and then options for standing. But both options will be very similar, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the upper body. Like we typically do, we're gonna go ahead and press our feet into the ground. If we're seated, squeeze our fists. If we're standing, it'll look just like this. Wherever we are, we're going to go ahead and flex our neck down, rotate, bend our head to the side, look over the shoulder, look back, look all the way up, look over the other shoulder, and look all the way down, nice and slow. Keep rotating, one more circle. Look back, up and around, look over the other shoulder, drop the chin down, and let's rotate 2 times the other way. Remember, don't go into any pain. Always create as much circle as you feel as necessary, but trying to draw a circle with the chin. One more circle. So drawing a circle with the chin, go at your own pace. Really concentrate on that circle, and done. Okay, now go ahead and give yourself a hug. Hands on the shoulders, whether you're seated or standing. And what we're going to do is the upper back will crunch down, and then we'll rotate. But as we rotate, try not to move the whole lower body. So just try to move the upper body. If you're seated, it'll be the same thing. So you'll flex the upper back down, rotate, bend into the side, extend back, rotate toward the other side, flex into that side, all the way around, keep going, bend into the other side, extend, rotate toward the other side, bend, and flex down. Let's rotate the other way, rotate, bend into that side, extend, rotate to the other way, bend, flex down, keep rotating, one more circle, go at your own pace, but try to draw a circle with the upper back here, rotate, bend, and flex down. So whether you're seated or standing, it'll be the same thing. Now for the shoulder, you can do this standing with your legs apart over your shoulder, underneath your shoulders. You can do this seated, or you can also do this kneeling. They'll all look the same. So we're going to stand up or sit up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead and flex one shoulder. And then as we reach over and back, we're going to pretend like we're reaching for something in the back seat of our car. Notice that I'm bringing my hand underneath here. So as we reach back, we're going to turn as we reach back. So let's go ahead and start from scratch. Flexion, hold here, squeeze the opposite fist, and then make sure that the chin doesn't move forward. We're going to rotate as we reach back. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Back of the hand next to the side of the body. Half of rep 1, and then extend. Unwind, reach all the way back, all the way up, across the body and down. One more, all the way up. Rotate as you reach back. Hold here, and then reach back. Rotate, reach all the way up, across the body and down. Okay, switch side. Flex. Keep your body nice and tight here. Try not to move anything. Everything is nice and squeezed here. So all the muscles are squeezing to create more force in the shoulder. Go ahead and rotate. Try not to open up the chest as you reach back. So be honest with that circle. Try not to bring the shoulder up as you do that. Back of the hand next to the side. From here, reach back. Unwind, or rotate as you reach all the way back, forward, across the body and down. Keep that opposite fist squeezing. Don't let the head go forward. Flexion here. Rotate as you reach back. Try not to open up the chest. Back of the hand next to the side. Reach back. Unwind. Try not to bring the scapula up as you reach back, up across the body and down. Whether you're seated or standing, we're going to go ahead and bend the elbows next to the side. Keep the elbows locked. If you're able to, go ahead and extend the elbows. And we're going to flex the elbows, turn, and then push down. Turn, palms face up here. Flex. Turn down and push. And then flex, turn, extend. Turn down, flex, turn the other way, extend. Now from here, bring the hands in front of the elbows at a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to just extend the fingers down. So whether you're seated, standing, or kneeling, just like this. Hold, kind of point those fingers down, and then we're going to rotate nice and slow, so the fingers will go up, and then out, and then all the way down, drawing a circle. Pretend there's paint on the tips of your fingers, drawing a big circle all the way up, out, and all the way down. Let's go the other way, down and out and up, all the way in, all the way down, out, up, in, and down. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Shake it out. Just shake everything out. From here, if you're seated, we're going to just kind of axially rotate the hip, or you can practice those hip controlled swings from a seated position. If you are in the hands and knees position, we are going to focus on one leg at a time. And then from here, we're going to bring the knee to the elbow. Open up the hip, draw a circle with the knee all the way around and back. And then knee will touch the opposite knee for half of rep 1. And then we're going to kick that heel up. Now remember, keep the knee bent and try not to use your lower back and arch your back here. Open up the hip, draw a circle with the knee all the way forward and down. One more, all the way out. Draw a big circle all the way around and draw a circle all the way back and around. Back to the elbow and down. Let's go ahead and switch side. So whether you're seated, just start moving the opposite side. If your hands and knees like this, knee to elbow, open it up. Draw a circle with the knee. Knee touches the other knee or it just goes beside it. Extend the hip back, open up. all the way forward and down. Open it up, draw a circle around, knee to knee, reach all the way back with the leg, draw a circle forward, up, and down. Okay, if you're seated, and you're able to bend and extend your knee like this, or if somebody can help you bend and extend and turn the tibia along with that, that would be great. If you're seated, what you'll do is bring your hand underneath the belly of the hamstring and squeeze the hands together, and then turn the foot out. Hold and then grasp nice and tightly. Everything's tight. Even this foot is pressing into the ground as we attempt this. From here, we're going to extend the knee about 3/4 of the way. Turn the foot in and bend. Out, up, in, and down. In and up, out, and down. In, up, out, down. In, up, out, and down. Same leg, hold on to the shin. Point that toe all the way up toward the sky as high as it'll go. Lift the heel off the ground about 2 inches. Point the toe all the way down. Hold that knee into the chest. Draw a big circle with the toes. Again, pretend there's paint on the tips of the toes. You're drawing the biggest circle you can, a big circle each time. And then we're going to draw a circle the other way. Now, don't skip any edges of the circle, so try not to make a square or a triangle. Try to make a circle all the way around. Slow as you can. The more slow and the more controlled and the more muscles you use, the better. Good job. With that same leg, if you're seated and you're able to relax that leg, that's how we'll figure out that position if you're seated. And if you're able to go on the ground in the seated position, same thing. Relax this leg and then see if we can just tap that kneecap side to side, up and down, and then see if we can move that kneecap 360 degrees. If it doesn't feel like moving today, that's fine. We're just seeing if it does. If you're able to move it in a 360-degree circle, that's great. If you feel pain here and you want to stay away from this, that's fine as well. Okay? Let's go ahead and switch side. Hold on to the belly of the hamstring. Squeeze your hands together. Switching side here, bending that knee all the way. And then what we're going to do is extend the knee. Turn the leg in and then bend. Out, up, in, down. Out, up, in, down, and then in and up, out and down. In, up, out, down. Same leg, hold on to the shin, point the toe down. Remember, this leg is actively pressing into whatever we can. Point this toe down. Draw a big circle, like you have paint on the tips of your toes, all the way around, and then all the way the other way. So 2 big circles one way, 2 big circles the other way. Let's go ahead and switch direction if you haven't already. Nice and slow. And then kneecap or patella. Remember, the leg is relaxed. Fingertips are interlaced underneath the knee, and then the knee can slide back and forth, or you can put the hands on the outsides of the knee, pushing it around in a circle, 360 degrees, like it's a dial on a clock. It should be able to move. If it doesn't move, that's fine. Don't worry about it. If it causes pain, that's something that you'd want to write down. And if any of these controlled articular rotations or cars cause any pain, that's something to write down, take a note of, and then if you want, message me and we can talk about that. All right, so let's go ahead and cross off. Oh no, we got a couple more things here, but I think we're going to just get right into our Tabata. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have 14 different exercises, okay? We are going to go ahead and cross off our box here. We'll come back to 90-90 a little bit later. All right. So we did upper and lower cars as our warm-up. Go ahead and get some water. We're going to go ahead and start our Tabata. Now, during the Tabata, you can take a break at any time that you need to. Okay? And so if you have any questions before we get started, if you want to encourage each other in the chat, if you want to talk or have any questions in the chat room, that'd be cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm getting my last bit of water. I got a little bit more, but I have 14 different full body exercises we're going to perform today, which is pretty cool, which means that we're going to get almost the entire body for the day. Okay, so what we're going to do is begin with a run or a punch. So if you're seated, it's going to be a punch just like this. And since it's Tabata training, you can go all out at an intensity of like a 5 or a 6, but we don't want to go into a 7, 8, or 9, or 10. Remember, we want to be able to breathe. We want to be able to talk while we exercise. So if you get out of breath and you feel like you can't have a normal conversation, then you need to stop. So we want to be able to have a normal conversation while we exercise this entire Tabata because it is virtual and we don't want anyone to get injured. So go at your own pace, 20 on, 10 off. We're going to do each exercise for a minute, and some exercises we might switch sides. Okay, so I'll tell you what one we're going to do. I'll tell you what exercises we'll switch sides when we get there. So we'll just worry about one exercise at a time. The first one is going to be a run or a punch. Okay, so that's up to you. A seated punch, or we're going to run in place just like this. Okay, when I say go, when I say begin, we'll start. If you're seated, punch. If you're standing, you're going to run. When I say go, we'll start. We're going to be 20 on, 10 off, and then 20 on, 10 off for a full minute here. All right, here we go. Ready? And go. Okay, run in place. Keep going, faster, faster. Or punch as fast as you can. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. 5 seconds, go, 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 go. 3, 2, and relax. Woo, take a breather. 10-second break. Inhale and exhale. Ready? Here we go. And go. 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 Running in place or punching. Keep going. Keep going. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Keep going. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one is going to be gait swing. We're going to swing side to side, just like this. Okay? If you're seated, same thing. We're going to go 20 seconds on, and then 10 seconds off. Go ahead and start. This one is not as intense, or you can go faster if you want to make it harder. So we're doing a gait swing here. Smart Tabata training. Make sure that you can have a conversation with someone while you're training, and stop. 10-second break. Take a breather, take a breather. The next one's going to be a single leg reach. Here we go. Back on, swing. Keep going, 20 seconds on. Keep going, 10 seconds. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. The next exercise is going to be a single leg reach or a single arm reach, just like this. So we're going to reach if you're seated with one arm, and then we'll switch to the other side, or we're going to reach on one leg or 2 legs just like this. So go ahead and start. See if you can do a one-leg reach. Or if you want, you can do a two-leg reach. And relax. 10 seconds, relax. Now we're going to switch. So if you're seated, you're going to reach with the opposite arm, go the opposite way. If you're standing, use the opposite leg and reach with the opposite arm. So reaching, single leg reach. Or you can have 2 feet on the ground, reach all the way out, reach all the way out, and stop. All right, the next one is going to be a skater or a wiper. So we're going to go side to side, just like this if we're seated. Or if you want, you can step side to side just like this. So it's up to you. Go side to side. We got 10 more seconds, and then we'll have a 10-second break. Keep going. 3, 2, and stop. We got a 10-second break, and then we're going to go back to the skater or wiper. So if you're seated, you can go like this. If you're standing, you can also do that if you want. Go ahead and start, or you can do that skater jump. Just make sure that you can breathe and you feel good. Here we go. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and stop. The next one is going to be an iso lunge or an overhead reach. If you're seated, just going to hold this position. If you are half kneeling, it's going to look just like this. We're going to hold for 20 seconds. Hold here. Breathe. This is a cool down. If you want to make it harder, you can go into a lunge position and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. 10-second relax. Switch side if you're on the ground, or just relax if you're seated. And begin, arms overhead, hold. 20-second hold. Breathe, look straight ahead. Or if you want to bring that knee off the ground for the last 10 seconds to make it harder. We only got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. So that's iso lunge. Now we're going to do high knees or march. Okay, if you're seated, you're going to do some uppercuts. If you're standing, you're going to do some march. 20 seconds. Keep going. Just make sure that you can breathe. Keep going. Just march. Try to get those knees up. We only got 5 more seconds. Keep going and relax. So whether you're seated or standing, go ahead and relax. 10 seconds. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to get on our hands and knees, and we're going to do a Contra Reach. All right, here we go. If you want to make it harder, you can try to get those knees all the way up. Only 20 seconds. Here we go. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And relax. Woo! If you need to get some water, I understand. Get some water. You can always come back in whenever you need to. We're going to go to the hands and knees. If we're seated, we're going to do a alternating press. If we're on our hands and knees, it's going to look like this. Contra Reach. So we're going to reach. If you're seated overhead, one arm at a time. If you're on your hands and knees, it'll look just like this. And relax. Okay? Get ready. I'm going to do it one more time. 3, 2, and 1. Contra Reach. Contra Reach. 20 seconds. Good job. Good job. Keep going. Only 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The next one is going to be a forearm plank or an iso push. So it's going to look like this. If you're seated, you can do a push just like this. Another option is hands and knees, or you can go into the forearm plank position. If you're seated, you can also bring your hands together and squeeze your hands. We're going to try to hold this for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and come down. Push your hands into the ground. Get ready for round 2. Or if you're seated, relax. And here we go. Back to your plank. Hold 20 seconds. See if you can get the knees off the ground. If you can't, that's fine. You can always bring one knee down. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Whether you're seated or standing, push those hands together. Squeeze those hands together. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Next one is a Spider-Man or a single arm reach. So whatever we're doing here, we're going to bring one arm overhead and perform some circles here with that arm that's above. We're going to hold here for 20 seconds. And then we're going to switch to the other arm. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and get ready for the other side. So switch legs. And then we'll switch arms too. Okay? And then same thing here. We're going to do little circles here. So if you're seated, just going to reach overhead and try to create little circles in the ceiling. Keep going. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Now we're going to go to our stomach. Or if you're seated, you can do the cat-cow. So you can go cat and cow if you're seated. If you're on the ground, we're going to see if we can go on our stomach and hold like a locust. We're going to hold here. And then we're going to go ahead and relax. Okay, we got a 10-second relax. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and up. Lift everything up. Hold 20 seconds. So if you're seated, you can go to the cat-cow, round the back, arch the back. If you're on your stomach, trying to get everything off the ground here. Keep going. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go on to our back. If you're seated, you're going to perform kicks. Or if you're on your back, you're going to perform a leg lift. So we're going to bring one leg up, and then we're going to switch. So we're going to scissor the legs just like this for 20 seconds. Pressing the hands into the ground. Your head can be down on the mat. 5 more seconds. Or just kicking the legs out front if you're seated. Or you can also perform those knee cards if you're seated. Go ahead and relax. And back on. Scissor those legs one at a time. One at a time. 20 seconds on. 10 more seconds. Keep the head down. Keep going. And relax. Okay, the next one is a hip lift. So we're going to bring the hips up and hold. If you're able, if you're seated, we're just going to extend one knee out front and hold. So if you're seated, you can just extend one leg. And if you're in the bridge position like this, we're going to hold. 5 more seconds. And slowly bring it down and relax for 10 seconds. And then again, switch side. If you're seated to the opposite leg, go ahead and just extend one leg all the way out. Somebody can help stretch. Or if you're on your back, hips go up, hold 20 seconds. Hold here. Keep breathing. About 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and from here, what we're going to do are some sit-ups. So we're going to make like an X over our head here, and then we're going to go ahead and go all the way up, and then all the way down. So go ahead and start here, just going all the way up, and all the way down. And go ahead and just bring those knees into the chest and relax. Okay, and hold here if you're able to bring those knees into the chest if you're seated, or one leg at a time. And just trying to touch your toes if you're seated, or just reach all the way forward, then reach all the way up if you're seated. Reaching all the way over your head, and then reaching towards your toes as far as you can. So whatever works best for you. Keep going and relax. All right, the next one is going to be a bicycle of the legs. So we're going to just cycle the legs like we're on a bike, just like this. So we're just going to cycle, cycle, cycle. If you're able to do some knee kicks or knee carves during this time, that's fine. 5 more seconds. And relax. Okay, we're going to relax for 10 seconds. And then we're going to go back on and go ahead and start. Cycle those legs. Good job. Keep going. There you go. Good job. 10 more seconds. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Ooh. And let's take a break. Get some water. You just completed a 14-minute circuit. I mean, sometimes it's hard to keep up, and you know, there's different modifications, and me teaching, it can be a little bit harder on the first day. But you got 14 different cool exercises that you just learned, and then we're going to actually go through some different exercises we can also perform while we're home. So that would be a type of Tabata training. Really gets your heart rate up, and helps you, burn off some unwanted calories that you've been storing. So that's another good way to work out. It's called Tabata training. But now what we can do is we can kind of focus on some of those exercises a little bit slower. But if you want to go ahead and get some water first, that would be my first recommendation. All right, how's my Zoom people doing? Give me a thumbs up if you're doing good. All right, so let's go ahead and vote on what ones you might want to try maybe a little bit slower next time. Let's see. Go ahead and unmute yourself. What exercises do you want to work on?
Oh, there you go. Oh, you could hear me. Right.
You want to go through another Tabata training, or do you want to go through some slower exercises?
Anything you want?
You want to do the Tabata training again? You want to try it one more time?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I like them all.
Let's go through one more round. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, give me a thumbs up. All right, here we go. Let's try to go through it one more time, and then we'll work on our cool down. So we're going to start with our run or our punch. Okay, if you're seated just like this, you're running in place just like this. Okay, we've gone through all 14. I know that we're going to try to go through them fast. If you need to take a break at any time and join us later, that would be the best suggestion. If you feel like you're not able to breathe, or if you're not able to have a conversation, then you need to take a break and make sure that somebody's watching you. All right, here we go. Starting with the run or the punch. And go. All right. running in place. Okay, if you want to go forward and back or side to side, if you want to do a dance here, you can. 5 more seconds. Or punched and relax. Next one is going to be that gait swing, okay? All right, here we go. We got 20 seconds on, and go. Go, 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 go. There we go, 15 more seconds. Or we're punching, 10 more seconds. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, now we're going to go to that gait swing next. We got 5 more seconds to cool down. Gait swing is next, whether you're seated or standing, and go. Exhale as you swing, big exhale out through the mouth. Exhale all that air out. Big inhale, big exhale. 5 more seconds. 2, and relax. Take a couple inhales and exhales. 5 seconds to relax. 2, 1, and back on. 20 seconds on. Okay, the single leg reach or single arm reach is next. Keep going here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 3, 2, and relax. Okay, if you're seated, you'll go with a right arm reach, and then you'll do a left arm reach. If you're standing, remember single leg reach or a 2 arm reach. You're just using 1 arm. So it can be a 1 arm reach, just like this, with 2 legs, or focus on 1 leg at a time, whether you're seated or standing. So you might only get a couple reps, and that's totally fine. And relax. Now we're going to focus on the other arm. If you're seated, you're going to use the other arm in reach. Standing option, 2 feet. So half good morning or 1 leg reach. Okay, keep going. 15 more seconds. So you're going to, don't worry about how many, just worry about how controlled you are here through the movement. Just reaching forward and go ahead and relax. The next one is going to be skater or wiper. So we're going to go side to side. If you're seated with your arms, or if you're standing, you can do the skater option and go ahead. Skater, or your arms can go side to side. 10 more seconds. 8 seconds. Keep going. 3, 2, and relax. 10 seconds to relax. After our skater, we're going to our iso lunge. All right, here we go. We'll finish up with our skaters for the last 20 seconds. Side to side. Take a break when you need one. Always get some water when you need it at any time, and just always just come back when you're ready. 3, 2, and relax. So the iso lunge is next. If you're seated, we're just going to reach overhead just like this. And if you're kneeling, it's going to look just like this. And we're going to hold for 20 seconds. And breathe. Hold here. 5 more seconds. And relax the arms down, or hold here. And switch legs and reach overhead. Okay, reach if you're seated, and if you're half kneeling, you can also bring the back knee off the ground if you want, or hold here. 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to our high knees or march. So stand up, swing those arms if you're seated, or if you're standing, okay, try to bring those knees up and march. Bring those knees up. Keep going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. 10 seconds. 10-second break. Same thing if you're seated, uppercuts, or you're marching. Try to move those legs if you can. If you're standing, march. 20 seconds on. Or you can try to get those knees all the way up. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds, that's it. 5 more seconds. Go, 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 go. And relax. Now we're going to go to our hands and knees, or if we're seated, we're just going to reach overhead just like this. Okay? If we're able to, on our hands and knees, we're going to see if we can perform the Contra Reach. Okay? Reaching across, hands and knees for 20 seconds. Good job. Reach forward. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and relax for 10 seconds. You can round the back if you want. Get ready. 3, 2, and reach. Contra Reach. 15 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Keep going. You're just reaching overhead if you're seated, or if you're on your hands and knees. And stop. All right. Forearm plank is next, or iso plank with your hands. So option 1, knees are on the ground, or option 2, knees are off the ground. If you're seated, I just want you to press your hands together or push into someone's hand here for the next 5 more seconds. Push, 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 push into the ground, and relax the knees down, or relax your push. If you're seated and pushing into someone's hand, get ready. If you're on the hands and knees like this, get ready. We're going to go back off the ground and up. 20 seconds. Hold. Breathe. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Forearm plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, the next one is going to be Spider-Man, or circles reaching up. So bring one leg up, and we're going to reach all the way up. Or if you're seated, we're going to reach all the way up toward the sky. We're going to create circles here for 20 seconds. Hold. Keep going. 5 more seconds. And go ahead and switch. Okay, get ready. And we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Small circles here. Reaching all the way up, whether you're seated or in this Spider-Man position here, reaching all the way up. Five seconds. 3, 2, and done with that one. The next one will be on the stomach, or cat and cow. So if you're seated, just round the back and arch the back. If you're able to go to the stomach, into that locust position, we're going to hold and breathe. Try to lift everything off the ground for the next 10 seconds. Or if you just want to expand the chest, if you're seated like this, you also can do that while you're seated, and relax for the next 10 seconds. Get ready. We're going to try it one more time. Everything off the ground. If you're seated, you can do the same thing, just opening up the chest and extending the back. Or if you're seated, you can do the cat and cow. 10 more seconds and hold. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. From here, we'll go on to our back. We'll perform a leg lift or leg kick if you're seated. If you're seated, just leg kicks here. And if you're on your back, we're going to see if we can scissor those legs again like we did before, one at a time. You can keep the head down, 10 more seconds. Press those hands into the ground, 3, 2, and relax. We got 20 more seconds, 10 seconds off. After this is the hip lift. If you're seated, go back to those kicks. If you're on the back, scissor those legs, one at a time. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you are on your back, you're going to just bring the hips up to a hip lift. If you're seated, you can cross the legs or you can scissor the arms, okay? So either or, if you're on your back, just bring those hips up and hold for 20 seconds. If you're seated, you can cross the legs or you can scissor the arms. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring it down. Relax, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way up, hips up, bridge, hold, press the hands into the ground, squeeze all the way up, or we can scissor the arms if we're seated here for the last 10 seconds. Keep going, and go ahead and stop. The next one is the sit-up. So now go ahead and make an X with the body. And then we're just going to sit up all the way, touch the toes. If you're seated, we're just going to reach overhead, all the way overhead, and then we're going to reach toward our toes. Now when we go down, try to control ourselves on the way down. 10 more seconds. Making an X, reaching all the way. Control the body on the way down, and relax. 10-second relax. If you're seated, you're just reaching for your feet and then reaching overhead. All right, here we go. And all the way down and all the way up. Or you can perform a C clap, a seal clap. Okay, all the way down, all the way up. 10 more seconds. All the way down. 5 more seconds. All the way up. All right, now the last one, you're either going to bicycle the arms or bicycle the legs. So if you're seated, bicycle the arms just like this. And if you're laying down, we're going to bicycle the legs out 20 seconds on. Bicycling the legs or the arms or both, whatever you want. 10 more seconds. And then just make sure that you cycle it the other way on the next 20. And relax. All right, here we go. Last 20 seconds. Last exercise of our Tabata of our second set. 3, 2, 1, and cycle. Cycle, cycle. Cycle. Keep going. Breathe. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right. From here, what we're going to do is go ahead and move to the cool down. We have our prone hip lift. Okay. If you're seated for the hip lift, what I'd like you to do is, if you can, we're going to try to move the hips in and out if you're seated. So you can, option 1, actually rotate the hips like this. Okay, if you're able to swing the hips in and out if you're seated. And if you're able to go to the hands and knees, what we're going to do is kick the foot up in the air. We're going to try to almost press the heel into the sky here and hold. Okay, just going to hold here. Just trying to kick it up. And then let's go ahead and switch. So go ahead and switch if you're seated. Just going to try to bend the knee and kick the heel all the way up and try not to use the back, just use the hip. Now we're going to progress that. Okay, now if you're seated, do the same thing, just use each hip, just actually rotate it, and if you're able to go onto the stomach like this, what we're going to do is bend the knee. We're going to press our forehead down into our hands. And then from here, we're going to see if we can lift the hip up with the knee bent here. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. Okay, this is a passive range hold. Ready, and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you're seated, switch feet or switch hips. If you're on your stomach, we're going to switch side. We're going to bend the knee, hands pressed into the forehead, and then we're going to lift the hip off the ground for 5 seconds. Ready, and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Now that was a hip extension liftoff or passive range hold. If you're able to get an individual on the stomach like this and lift up the hip, it's a really good stretch for the hip extension. From here, what we're going to do is, if you're able to get on the stomach, we're going to move our neck in a circle here. So we're just going to rotate that neck in our Sphinx pose. Just rotating that neck all the way around, rotate it the other way. Nice and slowly, nice and gently. And from here, we'll move to our child pose position. Or if you're seated, you can just do a forward fold and just reach for your knees or feet. Hold here. Breathe. Inhale through your nose, big exhale out through your mouth. Try to make sure that you're filling it all the way up. Big exhale. And then from here, see if you can raise one arm off the ground and hold that for 5 seconds. If not, that's fine. And try to hold one arm off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Try to get the other arm off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. From here, whether you're seated or on your hands and knees, we're going to round the back, tuck the chin into our cat. Or if we're seated, it will look just like this. Okay, and you'll do the same things with the back if you're seated or if you are on your hands and knees. Chin is tucked, pelvis is in, tucked in, rounding the back. And then from here, I'm going to articulate the lower back, starting with the hips starting to tilt, bringing the lower back lumbar with it, and then the mid back will follow to the thoracic spine, to the cervical and neck, all the way up, looking up. Push into the ground, create some force here, and then round the low back to the mid back, all the way to the head and neck. Really push into the ground, really round the back out, and relax. From here, half kneeling. If you're able to get onto the hands and knees and just kind of rock forward and back. If you are seated, if you can just maybe go through an ankle car here, or somebody can pull your toes up, okay? Otherwise, we're going to go in the half kneeling position. We're just going to kind of, maybe if you have a box or something to hold on to, we don't want to put all the pressure on the knee, but we're just going to kind of go just slightly forward and then slightly back, just a little bit. Just a little bit forward, a little bit fat. And kind of push into the ground as you come back. And then go ahead and switch side. Or if you're seated, switch leg. If somebody can help you, just pull that leg up. Or just rotating that ankle. That doesn't work. You can also rotate the wrist here. All right, so now we're gonna sit up nice and tall if we're seated in a chair or cross leg. And we're gonna cool down with some deep breathing. So we just finished our Tabata, and now we're about to finish our cool down with some breathing, and then that'll be it for today. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. And just focus on your breathing here. So try to inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Get some water if you need some water. Give me a thumbs up, let me know you're doing good. Nice. All right, so from here, we're gonna inhale, and as we inhale, try to relax the neck and the collarbone and the shoulders. So we tend to kind of, some people will inhale and shrug their shoulders and chest. Now that would be shallow or chest breathing. Chest breathing and shallow breathing turns on your sympathetic nervous system or your stress response. So you kind of get nervous, and all these neurons go to the brain and make your body at unease. So when we inhale, we actually want to relax our neck, shoulders, and we want to let the diaphragm lower so that our lungs can get more air. So our lungs are right here, and then we have our diaphragm that lowers down as we inhale. So we want to let that diaphragm lower down. So we need to expand the space for the diaphragm by almost allowing the belly to move forward, the sides to go out, and the low back to go backward. So almost think of a balloon blowing up in the belly, in the pelvic area, in the back area, in your stomach as you inhale. And then as you exhale, it goes all the way up and pushes and helps the air get out of the lungs. So just think about that as we breathe. So this is called 360 breathing. So we're going to inhale, 360, let the diaphragm lower, fill it all the way up, and exhale it out. Now remember, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the obliques, fill the lower back, fill everything up, hold it, and big exhale. Inhale, 360, and exhale. Good job. Now we're going to try some box breathing. Okay, box breathing, we're going to inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Okay, so we're going to inhale, hold our breath, exhale, and then hold our breath again. So it's a box. As far as showing you that, I can go ahead and kind of explain that a little bit further. We have 4 sides to a box. We have the inhale, the hold, the exhale, and the hold. And it's going to be for about 4 seconds each. Okay, so 4 seconds each, and then we'll go through 3 boxes. All right, so here we go. So go ahead and exhale first. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it again for 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a big inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, take a big inhale. And just exhale it out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Sit up nice and tall. And exhale it out. Good job, everyone. Give me a thumbs up. All right. Good job in my Zoom class today. We got a lot of participants in there. If you want to hang out and chat after class, just hang out and we'll talk a little bit. If you are live right now, we'll see you all later. And I'll be posting a YouTube into our archive for this camp. So if you missed days 1 through 13, we have those archived and edited. So if the sound quality was off during the live, I usually fix that up. All right, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. We are done with our morning car, some of those, Tabata training, and our cool down. Thanks a lot. See ya.